Welcome in, everybody, homies from all over. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely Monday. I know I am, because of course, yet again, I get to spend it with all these beautiful individuals down here that you see beneath the camera. I hope y'all had a good Monday. I hope everyone in chat's having a good Monday. Ryan, thank you for the raid. Aves, thank you for the subby. You guys are the best. Kayla, me babes, I love you. Thank you for coming in. Everyone else who's pro'd up in chat, JTB, appreciate you. White Seer, saw you in there too. Kieran, you old fucker, how you doing, buddy? I hope everyone's having a good one. We missed y'all. Quick reminder as we get into the announcements, we will be off next week from our usual D&D stream, but however, fret not, as we are probably going to be getting together and doing some stuff anyway. Chris will be flying home that evening, so I'll be going to pick him up at some point, so it'll probably just be JT, Ryan, and I, unless Ryan ain't back from PEI yet, in which case it'll just be JT and me. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna play. No fucking idea yet, but we'll get there eventually. In the meantime, I will be streaming Christmas Eve after I spend a little bit of time with the family for supper, and we're gonna be streaming right up until midnight on Christmas Day, and then probably raiding out to some homies there, so keep an eye out for that. Gonna be playing Christmas stuff. I got the Grinch, I gotta light up the town, and I'm trying to figure out a couple more to maybe help stretch everything out. Worst case, we play some Christmas Faz. Fuck it, who cares? Let's party. And then the 29th will be my next stream as well. I think that's about it for me in terms of announcements. So I am going to open the floor up to the lovely individuals you see beneath me here, starting with Ryan. Ryan, what do you got going on at the little purple house on the hill?
Oh, baby, it's just gonna be all sorts of wackiness from this moment onwards until about probably a week from now, just like over here. It's gonna be a lot of up in the air, but a lot of crazy fun up in the air. No regular streams for the next, like, I'd say week, but expect some phone streams here and there as I'll be home. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Gonna be hanging with Mama G-Wiz and Brother G-Wiz. It's gonna be great.
We love Mama
G-Wiz. So expect some of that. And then you'll probably see me next time, probably a week from now.
Hell yeah, everyone keep an eye out for Ryan. Wish him a happy holiday if you think of him on Christmas. I know I will be. Roll for poop. You rolled Nate. Little poop. Tiny poop.
Mope.
Not a very satisfying poop. On the terms of the poop scale, it was like below average.
Runny.
Slightly runny. Yeah. Without going into too much detail. Moving on from Ryan and the poop talk, JT, what do you got to share with the people? I know you're working on some stuff. Like poops.
Yeah. Well, didn't quite get the next cover I want to record to the place that I want it. So I'll be re-recording that soon. But there will be one coming to the music channels in both the Apothecary and the Purple House. Go check it out. It is more metalcore, and you'll actually get to hear me sing instead of just make screamy noises.
But we like the screamy noises, JT. We like them.
Yeah,
I'm excited for singing.
That's also in the works. I have another one that I have not quite started recording yet. That is very, very screamy noises. So yeah, just keep an eye out on those music channels, and that's that. Internet update. No fucking idea. They have no
The
clue.
update is there's no update. We love that. We love that for you.
The expected release date, when I checked it, was 2 days ago. It's not done.
Awesome. It's Michigan in the winter. I'm guessing the ground is frozen fucking solid. Like, more solid than Jack Frost's asshole. So
my
like, who
whole
knows?
driveway is just a solid ice rink.
Yeah.
Like, I could just fully
You could skate down that motherfucker. You could
It's
hop in a bobsled and get to work. No sweat.
Bust out the skates,
stuff.
buddy.
What's crazy is we're in Canada. It's winter. Ain't no snow on the ground. There's like a light little fucking unicorn whisper. Just a little feather dusting overnight that has landed all of the hard work I put into shoveling snow for naught. For naught, I say. Everyone join me, though, in saying a Christmas prayer for JTB and whatever fucking internet company is worth getting their shit together in time to get this man some high-speed net for Christmas, okay? We need to make it happen. We need to make it happen. We need a Christmas miracle here at the Apothecary. It's that time of year.
Where are you, Christmas?
I don't need a
There you go.
white Christmas. I just need an fucking connected Christmas, please. A connected Christmas. That's what I want.
That's what we're going for here. It's interconnectivity. Finally, Chris, start us off with a fun fact.
I will talk about poop for you, Jilly.
Oh, there you go.
The animal with the biggest poop to body ratio is specifically a constipated northern curly-tailed lizard from Florida. Its poop was 80% of its entire body weight. There's pictures.
I don't want to.
There's pictures.
I don't want to see those, but
Sloths also shit on average a third of their body weight at a time.
Huh.
Yep.
Imagine.
You're
You're like, I really need to slim down for this photo shoot. And you're good. You're a third skinnier. Let's go.
Yep.
That's wild. You're having
I have a really
white
fun
Christmas.
fact
Love it.
for afterwards. So
I can't
look
wait.
forward to
Is it also about poop?
No, it's about the front part.
Oh, even worser. Awesome.
No, trust me, this one will be entertaining.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. If you want to hear something fascinating and probably not at all disturbing, stick around to the end of the stream. It's going to be great, I'm sure. However, with all of that craziness...
White is the animal with the biggest body to shit ratio.
There you go. It's me. It is I. Love it. With all of that being said and all talk of poop put aside for the day, or at least until the end of the stream, God knows it'll probably come up again. Let's pick up where we left off. When last the party were here, they had adventured to the Vorosian Springs, a soon-to-be luxury vacation glamping quote-unquote resort in the mountains, kind of under the shade of the peak of Mount Voros, an ever-active volcano here on the island. The party made their way there, engaged in a short combat with a creature in which they were unsuccessful and narrowly escaped without taking too much of a beating. You spend a night resting, collecting your thoughts, and planning. However, it was during that time that Dusty, you took a moment to try to commune with whatever remnant of the spirit of Theron Ethil that remains within your amulet, almost talking a little too much shit at one point, receiving a bit of a shock, and then opening your eyes to find... Poop mentioned. There you go. We were not even through the intro. God damn it. Motherfucker. Oh, God. Okay. You were taken inside this amulet, where you were exposed to a demi-plane of churning clouds and broiling storms on the horizon, ever present but never quite approaching you in any kind of way. You're just this realm of nothing but cloud and sky and storm. Realizing Violet was in there with you, you tried to communicate, spoke to whatever remnant of the soul that remained within this enchanted artifact. You received simple answers to complicated questions, in the sense that every response was heard through thunder, until, frustration mounting, you made a few more remarks and then turned to find the regular purple eyes of Violet shining a bright sapphire blue, in which thunderous voice began kind of descending into a calm whisper, saying, "Well, if I told you everything, wouldn't be very fun for me now, would it?" Other things along those lines. At which point Violet returned to you, and when you opened your eyes again, you were once again outside the tent where you had left yourself. Rest of the night passed without further incidents, and the following morning, you awoke and began putting the plans into motion. Fight Carl, summoning a small army of badgers. Speaking of which, if you check your book, there's badger minis in there now. If you want to replace all your apes
You bless me.
with badgers, you may. Go nuts. You also had two ape
Bless me, he
minis. You
says.
forgot about Officer Ukuk. He's back in there. Don't forget about Officer Ukuk.
God love you.
And you sent your army of badgers kind of in a line, hoping to draw the creature out of the comfort and safety of its lair, to confront you out in the more open space where you could more actively engage it. You sent in the badgers, creating a simple line, and as the familiar bubbling began erupting from the kind of hot springs pools that had been festering with this swampy energy, the entire area was once again surrounded in a thick mist. You heard the sounds of splashing and the sounds of one badger farthest from you, closest to the pool, fighting for its life, and then unfortunately losing. So Ryan, you can take one badger off the field, as he has just been pulled into nothing. And as that all happens, I want everyone to roll initiative, and we are going to pick up right there. Ryan, I had the other guys do it before you got here, so all you need to do is do your mini and roll initiative, and we're good to go. You hear the sound of splashing, of struggle, and you kind of wait for the mist to fade, and that's when we will kick into this combat. Nice. Lovely. Perfect. Okay, so as the sounds of struggle kind of erupt through the clearing, Xechas, you have a chance to react to whatever might be going on. It seems the fight has begun.
Okay,
If I remember correctly, you had all taken up stealth positions around the field, more or less, as well. So that's where we'll pick up.
Thinking I'm probably out of the range of its detection, I'm under the snow. I'm just gonna kind of like make a hole for my eyes so I can see, but nothing other than that. And I don't want to do anything yet.
Okay. Just dig yourself a little hole. Okay, keep an eye on things.
Yeah, just
go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage, just while you're kind of taking your turn to look out here.
And Smith is just gonna stay with us.
Is he landed by the fire or hovering above?
No, he's like 20 feet near.
Okay. Okay. As you kind of look out, you see into the mist, kind of trying to peer through it as much as you can, and you do see, through like the occasional gust of wind, this break in the mist, you see Vikarl's first badger being completely engulfed by the creature, and then it kind of recedes back into the waters. It doesn't seem to notice your presence yet, but you also note that it has no eyes that you've ever been able to see during your encounters. So how it's able to detect people at all, you're not exactly sure.
Yeah, I have a hunch it has some other means of detection, whether it's like smell or like air movements or whatever, but I don't know. And I'm gonna stay as still as I can, not breathing. I mean, as usual, but especially not breathing.
That may be to your advantage eventually, as the swampy smell kind of fills the air around here. Dusty, you are up, the mist still ever present. You're muted. You can also see the gray circle on the map, everybody. That is where the area effects of this layer will be present when they pop up. Just so you're all aware.
All of those.
We have a cluster of badges now as well, I like it.
Shambling mounds. From the knowledge that I did have with that check a while ago, I know that this specific creature, well, Xechas and them know at least, that it doesn't have eyes. Do I know whether or not they can hear?
Roll me a nature check. This is just something like a last minute detail you're trying to surmise. You need to beat a 15 DC. You're not sure. You have not heard any tale about how these creatures are actually able to detect their prey, whether they have just a sense for living matter around them that they are kind of urged to consume or what. But as far as you know, they have no eyes, no ears, no sense of taste. Their entire existence is to just consume living matter.
With him not really knowing, I think he's gonna stay quiet, maintain his stealth, and move at half speed.
Okay.
Actually, if he's solo, I don't think he has to have speed as a ranger.
In
At
your
least not in
favored
the Arctic.
terrain, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be hindered by it at all.
Okay, so with that, he's gonna move here, here, go around the tent, get to here, and then we're gonna use my tabaxi movement, my feline agility, kind of scurry around to here,
Okay.
and quietly kind of, "My Carl, we need to get that fog out. If I can't see a whole lot right now, but we were thinking it would probably go away if he came out, right? So we need the badgers out. Maybe they should pull back as it follows them."
Gotcha, darling.
I like how you've formed the badger into a T. Very nice. Very nice.
And then I will, with my action, just ready a shot for if it comes into view.
Okay. You make sure your rifle is all good. And you kind of just take aim and kind of train it on where you heard the commotion as best you can, waiting for the mists to clear. Okay. Next up is, in fact, the shambling mound. It is going to... none of you see this, so I'm going to move it to the GM layer for me. You just hear the sound of something sloshing back into the water and then breaching somewhere else within the space, like something kind of slinked back, and then you hear splashes in another area. No sounds of conflict yet. It seems like he's not within any reach of anything. Yes, Xechas.
Is there any way to tell if it's close, one of the closer pools or one of the further pools from me?
It would probably take your whole action to do that. As you were perceiving this round, I will say it sounds a little closer, so you can probably rule out like the top pool. It doesn't sound like it moved up there. Gather it's in one of the front two. One of the front two pools, as best as you can tell. Okay, next up, Vykarl.
Alrighty, Vykarl is going to stand forward just 10 feet, slowly walking forward. He's going to raise his voice just enough so they can hear him, and he's going to say, "All right, shuffle on back, and next contestant, please," which means roughly I'm going to have one badger dive into head first, right, diving, a swan dive even, and the other ones are going to shuffle back. With a, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling."
Which pool is it diving? It just dove right into the big one?
Yep. Just head first. Just.
All right. Do they have a
Next
swim
contestant.
swim speed or no?
I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not.
I don't think
they got
so.
a burrow speed.
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily say those skills translate as well, but you know, when you're burrowing through water, no, okay.
10 feet burrowing through water.
As you
5
command
feet,
them
right? Half
to move
feet.
back, you see a group of badger butts just kind of backing, shuffling out of the mist that you can see. The front still somewhat obscured, and then you just hear a splash in the bigger pool where you heard the first badger disappear as one of your other badgers just headfirst dives straight into the pool. He can kind of like swim down a little. It is just murky green, so he is effectively blind while in this water. It is not clear in any stretch of the imagination. Anything for you on this turn?
Nope. I think that'll be it from me. Once I hear the splash, I just 10, and that'll be me.
Okay, fair enough. At the top of the round, the mist does clear as the layer action comes to an end. I'll leave the circle there just so we have the perspective of where all these things will occur. You do remember there are two effects. As the mist fades, you see the badger that jumped in the big pool kind of just treading water there awkwardly, not really knowing what to do, dipping its head into the water, trying to see if anything might be down there, but unable to do so. And then you see the other 6 badgers in this T formation, and all of the pools are just kind of gently bubbling the same way they always have, the swampy smell filling the air as ever. That would be it for the layer action stuff. Xechas, what would you like to do?
I think I'm still gonna be patient. I would have to verbally tell Smith what to do, so I think he's just going to continue to
Observe from above.
chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Mhm.
Dusty. The fog clears and you see no available target to shoot at, so your kind of held shot is just wasted. Obviously your bullet still applies, but yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that the fog had cleared. Can I hold spell?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna
Does
hold,
it-
I'm gonna
What are the components?
I'm gonna pop out. It's fine.
Okay.
I know that I might be sacrificing my stealth, but I'm gonna like just pop out a bit, and I'm gonna hold vortex warp for whenever I can see it next.
Okay. Can you link that spell in the chat for me real quick?
Sure can.
It's been a while since I used...
It'll be a con.
It's
save.
been a while.
I love it when it gives me... There it is. Perfect. Okay. So you kind of prepare that spell until you see something emerge. Perfect. Dusty, what are you doing?
All right, I think he's gonna creep around a little bit, still to the corner of the fence,
Okay.
and through the lining, he's gonna have Violet. Violet, stay low, but keep close to the fence.
Okay.
And she's gonna move her.
Did she roll stealth when you guys did previously?
Yeah, she had a better stealth than me.
Perfect. Okay.
I believe I had
Sounds good.
21. She had 23, I think.
Makes sense. Perfect. She kind of sneaks up to the fence, looking through the slats, waiting for whatever might happen. Are you holding any actions?
Yeah, I'm gonna command her to hold her breath if it gets outside of the fence in this direction specifically.
Okay. Good to know.
And then
What else for you?
I'll just hold a gunshot in case it does get to.
Sounds good. Moving on to the swamp thing. I need to switch you off the GM layer so people can see you. Okay. You hear a very familiar splashing sound, and he has not a lot of movement. He's going to use most of it to crawl out towards the army of badgers. You see, even as he's doing so, there are kind of vines beginning to grow off of him in the different directions towards these creatures as he seeks to consume any living matter he can find within vicinity. So, you may shoot Dusty, and Xechas, you can activate your spell, and he will make a save before he is able to attack any of the badgers. You said con save?
Okay. He can shoot first.
Whatever works.
My ready to action wasn't to shoot until he was outside of the fence area.
Oh,
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, so a con save.
Con save! Shoo-boop-boop. Okay, natural fucking one. Why is my...
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
All the dice rolls are showing properly now. That was weird. They were all
stop it.
fucked up. We're good. We're Gucci. Where do you want to put him and describe what like this spell looks like as you cast it for the first time in this campaign?
I want him to be here in this 3x3 with this square as the center in between the tents.
What's the range on how far it can go?
90 feet.
Easy be done. That is 70. This is bloosh.
Dope.
Okay.
So yeah, as that happens, I pop out, and in Elven, I just say, teleport, and it moves him
Okay.
all the way from over here to there.
You all watch as this kind of twirling, swirling arcane energy surrounds this creature and sucks it down into almost a single point of light, and then you see a burst of purplish light across the field in between the two tents that you guys would have entered by, as the creature kind of from this little dot of bright purple light kind of just twirls out of it and rematerializes in the space. There's the snows kind of twisted up in a big cyclone for a second.
And then I just point and
Dusty.
shout, he's between the tents, get him!
I will say, Dusty, with your current spot, you would not see where he appeared at all. Violet, however, would if she has range to hit with her breath attack.
Nope.
Okay. No worries, she doesn't use it, which means you don't need to roll for it next turn. It has 5 feet of movement left. Its first movement is literally just going to start just slowly clumping its way through the snow and mud, making almost a beeline back towards the heat. And I want you all to roll me an insight check. Okay. With
60 my number today, I guess.
With a 16, Xechas, you would pick up on this. No one else would, however. Where before, when it was close to its pools and the kind of warmth that they provide, it was acting more aggressively, trying to target all of the badgers and just consume living matter in front of it. While it does appear to still be attempting to do so, there now seems to be a shift in focus as its trajectory doesn't seem to be taking it towards any particular creature. It's just heading straight in a line back to the pools from whence it came. And based on that, you can probably surmise that the whole reason this creature is here is just the simple warmth that the springs provide. It's hard to be a swamp creature in a frigid Arctic environment. And I would say you might, with that roll, have the suspicion that this creature may have existed here based on its size and the comfort and the lair actions you're witnessing, that this creature might have been here for some time before the investment property was even invested in.
Sick.
Do with that information what you will. That will be it for its turn, though. It doesn't have any attacks or anything it can currently make. And that would be, yeah, that's it. Well done with the vortex warp. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Bye, Carl. You watch all this occur. Dusty is behind you, kind of looking around anxiously, trying to get a beat on where this creature is. You see Violet turn her attention immediately, and I would say you are very much able to see it from your current location.
And
You can also probably see me pointing it out.
That
Oh
too.
God, love you. I like turn my attention. I just Xechas, I could kiss you. I just might after this. No,
don't.
don't.
Please don't.
Don't. I look back at Dusty and just snap. Mwah. This fence is like all snowed in. It's an easy to get over, right?
Oh yeah, it's like literally like a maybe 3 foot high, almost picket fence, but instead of pickets in between, it's literally just stakes with a heavy rope connecting them.
Fab.
It's literally like, you know, in Stardew when you build a house and it kind of fences it off, so it has that building area. That's exactly what you're looking at.
I know exactly what you mean.
They-
Oh, it's
perfect.
cute. As I go over it, I'm just like,
Adorable.
fancy.
I love it.
And as I'm walking, I'm just walking slowly, just eyes trained on the thing, hand up. You know, this place is going to be pretty. I'm very excited for it to become a business, but it can't if you're here. And I'm just going to swipe my hand, and as I do, the snow starts to envelop Vykarl. It's swirling up. It goes all the way up, 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 and it seems to almost disappear into the sky as I cast Call
No, it's a
Lightning.
tornado.
Nice. Okay, we're
As
calling.
Call Lightning.
Lightning.
The badgers are all just kind of doing their hello my baby, hello my brat, and they're just God.
Okay.
And Call Lightning starts.
The badgers
and
all
I'm-
disappeared. Just in like a series of pops. All of the badgers go, and
almost
you
kinda
watch
sparking.
Those ones got to go home.
as Vykarl raises his one hand. You see clouds begin churning over you. You hear thunder, not entirely dissimilar thunder, JT or Dusty, that you would have heard when speaking with your
Thunder Daddy.
I don't want to call him Thunder Daddy. Okay, I don't like it.
Thunder Zaddy.
Vykarl, is that a save from me or a range attack from you?
Supersonic
Zaddy.
Correct. I think it's a save.
I'm gonna need a
but it could
deck
be
save from you.
wrong. Okay. That one for a total of 0.
Fabuloso.
For a total of 0.
Whoop, 21. So that's 21 lightning damage that cracks down on him. As this is happening, however, the snow is enveloped Vykarl, and from it, just a large slithery tail kind of starts to slither back out, and then from the snow, just thorns coming up, sparking off of his head. It looks like little lightning rods covering a giant constrictor snake Vykarl. As I bonus action morph into a giant snake.
Okay. I
The lightning
love
storm
it. Will
persists
remain.
above.
Oh yeah, no, that's my favorite thing about fucking druids is you can still call lightning. However, I'm really, really sorry to do this to you. I feel real bad because that was real cool. As you conjure your lightning, the lightning cracks down the sky, hitting the creature, and you hear the eruption of thunder through your ears. All of you, this tiny lightning storm having been conjured here. Dusty, you remember when you did your previous nature checks and recalled your wisdom on this creature that they are created when a lightning bolt strikes in a specific area of a swamp and creates a root stem infused with lightning. So, Vykarl, as you conjure a lightning bolt, you see it hit the creature. It ripples over the entire body, the water on its surface kind of aiding in the endeavor, and you watch as all that lightning stops and then kind of absorbs to the center of his chest, disappearing entirely. And as you surpassed 20 damage, he not only heals for that much, the total amount of damage, but he also grows slightly larger as you infuse him with even more power. Vines begin cracking out of him, and he just begins. You notice now the kind of straight line approach that he was kind of beelining back to the pools dissipates as he grows even larger, and then just shifts his attention to the there's still a swarm of, I guess the badgers are all gone, so it shifts its attention to the giant snake that has just appeared in front of it, the largest meal it will have had in its lifetime. Anything else you would like to do on your turn? I'm so sorry.
I'm literally sparking with lightning right now, too.
Yep.
I've never looked more appetizing. Oh, no. You see that? And if you could see a snake look dejected, if you could have a snake look like sad and just like, no.
I'm so sorry. You all watch as the thing in the springs grows one size larger, from huge to gargantuan, and expands a 5 feet direction on every side. The bright side is, you now know that it's bad to do that. So do with that information what you will.
Kaiju battle!
As you dejectedly hang your snake head, it does not have range on any of you yet, but it is clearly now just moving back into a more aggressive stance. At the end of the turn, the layer behind you still bubbles and kicks up a plume of mist, which is entirely useless at this time, but the actions continue every 20 order, so just steam ever pouring into the air, this foul smell filling your nose. JT, you have advantage from swamp. You may want to use that. Xechas, what would you like to do?
Yep.
Unless there's anything
all
else
right, so
I think that was all.
I see this happen, and I just... Alright, we want a battle of the big guys. We can do that. I'm going to take one step forward, and I'm going to cast Enlarge on Vykarl.
Kaiju battle!
Okay, so we have a huge snake and a huge... Okay. You're actually huge already, right? As the snake?
Yep. This is
So
two gargantuan creatures.
You also become a gargantuan snake. You watch as Vykarl, Snake Carl, thickens in the middle, grows several feet longer, coiling over and over and over himself, and the dejected look kind of fades away and is replaced with a new confidence as these two titan-sized fucking creatures come face to face. Holy shit, that's the coolest thing.
You have advantage
imagining
on
the scene
strength
from-
checks and strength saves, and
Yes!
all of your weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4, which includes like bite and tail attacks and that
Oh.
constrictor.
Jesus.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then I'm gonna take
That's so fucking
3
cool.
steps backwards.
Good idea.
Just thinking of that scene from Aladdin with Jafar when he turns into the snake and he's just getting bigger and bigger.
Amazing.
And then for Smith's turn, he is going to fly up some more, just basically
Out of the range of the kaiju battle, that is probably a
Yeah.
good tall. Each
Another,
of these
like,
creatures
20 feet.
are 20 feet tall. So he'd with 40
Actually,
feet
you know
up,
what?
he's out of their range.
Yeah, and I'm gonna also have him go another 10 feet forwards to be like 20 feet above the creature, and he's gonna
Okay.
force blast straight down into its head.
Fair enough.
Force
You'll
strike.
watch as this little pixie-sized robot flies up, hums up into the air, puts its two hands down, and goes, and unleashes this just little bolt of force energy towards the creature.
There's no roll for it for some reason, so I'm just gonna roll a perception because it's the same +4.
Sure.
14 to hit.
Hell yeah. That will not hit.
Darn.
Sorry. It has an AC of 15.
That's okay.
You need to beat a 15.
Okay.
It is a lot bigger now.
He tries.
So you know what? I'm actually going to say that hits because it is literally the size of a fucking house at this point. So his AC is currently 14 instead of 15. If I forget that, remind me, okay? I'm keeping you guys to it. He's fucking massive, and he's made of leaves and rotting trees. He's not hard to fucking hit in this point. His movements appear
takes-
really slow, but he's moving a large distance every time he moves, kind of thing.
He takes 3 force damage.
Okay, so you watch as this force blast lights off. To Smith, it looks like he's giving every ounce of energy into it, and as it
Shoots
hits,
him
a
up a little.
single stick just breaks off the top of the head and falls to the ground.
Yes.
Oh, that was a
Fantastic.
great turn. All right, Dusty,
Yeah,
you're
that'll
up.
be that.
Hell yeah, dude. We got kaijus and fucking fly bites.
All right.
That's the title of this
boy.
episode is kaijus and fly bites. It's gonna be great.
Oh boy. Okay. A couple questions.
I will
I'm still
say,
hidden.
despite being behind the tent, you can just see the tops of these two 20-foot tall creatures. Like, the tent's 10 feet at its highest point. You can definitely see what's about to begin happening on the
I'm
other
still
side.
technically hidden, yeah.
Yeah, I would say definitely.
How about Violet? She was like in the snow, so I don't know.
She
Like,
hasn't
hidden now?
moved. I will say, just based on what you're beginning to deduce, this creature does have blind sight. It seems to be attracted to things that are moving, and if you remain perfectly still, it can still see you. But as you guys were both stealthing when this started, and you kind of buried yourself in snow and obscured the line of sight, I will say I'm willing to continue honoring that stealth check until stealth is broken.
I don't think it's gonna matter much for Violet, but it will matter.
Okay.
All right. First things first, he's gonna motion his head towards Violet, and it's time. As she's gonna run forward. Smith's in the air. So that actually perfect.
Okay.
And she's gonna ball up the breath again. You're gonna see the scales start to light as this, like, her cheeks puff out and this gravitational force begins to well up. And she's gonna cone him
Okay.
with her
Go ahead and blow
is
your
a
fourth cone.
strength save.
Okay. He is gargantuan. This should be fun. He rolls a 20.
Mhm.
I would have been surprised if he
fair. He
failed that
passes.
one. You're very
It's
big.
fine.
It still do damage though, right? Or is it half?
Yeah, it's half damage. Half damage. I had to open up her sheet because I forgot to do that.
It happens.
Because I'm paying attention.
16
now, I guess.
damage is nothing to shake your head at, halved because success, but still 8. He has taken a small hit at this point on top of what now Smith has done and Violet. However, as Violet kind of wells the energy up in the kind of central scale on her chest, you see the glow begin there and then kind of transfer to the throat as she opens her mouth, and this small bead of gravitational energy is just unleashed in a cone. Going forward, you see twigs and leaves and pieces of wood being blown off the creature as it does so, and it kind of like shambles to the side and flops back down. Took a pretty good chunk out of it though, for real.
And as she does that, Dusty's gonna run his way out over to here, aim the musket, and take a shot from stealth.
You do have advantage from swamp if you would like to use it as well, or save it for later.
Okay.
Your choice.
I'm gonna stealth advantage this.
Okay. Oh yeah, you are at advantage because you're stealth.
26.
26 will fucking hit.
As he hits, he's gonna say strike in Draconic
Okay.
and have Violet add damage to it.
14 piercing damage. Okay, plus
That
5
is
extra
5 more
force.
force.
You watch, you raise the musket, fire it, you smell the familiar smell of black powder. This cloud plume of smoke erupts from the end or the barrel of your gun, and you watch as this tiny just like poof appears where it like tears through some leaves and twigs, and you hear kind of a wet squelchy sound as this purple flash kind of like opens up a cavity in it, and it causes it to and just burst out this kind of collection of swamp goo within this creature. Hell yeah, dude.
Yee.
Yeah, it was pretty
And
gnarly.
then, as that happens, he's already got it nice and reloaded because he's a speedy boy. And I'm going to use the advantage for this as we
Okay,
take my second shot.
go ahead.
Another 26.
26 will hit.
And
Damn.
another 15 that
You
you're
rolled the
canceling.
exact same roll, just reversed.
One more damage this time on the damage
Hell yeah, bro.
for 15 total.
I mean, already just in this round alone, starting with Smith and moving all the way through you, you've already managed to take a pretty substantial chunk out of this creature. As your first strike flashes purple, you aim your second, and before that kind of open cavity closes, you shoot your other musket ball straight inside, and you hear another squelching sound as the bullet is just absorbed into the mass of the creature, and it kind of readies itself for its turn coming up. Anything else you would like to do?
That's everything I got.
Okay. The shambling mound is going to advance the final 5 feet forward towards the giant snake, just shaking the ground as it moves at this side. You almost have to maintain your balance as it does so. However, it cannot absorb the snake at that size, so that's probably good for it, but it is going to still take 2 attacks off of you. The first one is a nat 20. I didn't mean to roll that at advantage, but it didn't matter. I was just going to use the second roll as the attack anyway. But, so, based on that, you take... Oh, shit. Why did it give me so many different numbers? That's so weird.
Yeah, that's... What the hell?
I don't understand.
Math.
I rolled an 8
Ignore
and a
the
7.
numbers after the pluses.
Okay, so the 19 is what it rolls, and then we multiply that by 2, correct? Yes.
And then the
okay,
3
we're good.
acid as well, yeah.
Okay. So 38 and 6. So you take 44 points of damage total, 6 of which is acid. As the first attack just slams into you, you're splashed with this swampy kind of essence of this creature. The water that was contained within is very, very acidic at this point. Constitution save. You lose concentration on Call Lightning, I believe.
Yeah.
Which
He
is like
cracks off a bunch of the lightning thorns, and they just kind of go...
as the lightning fades, the storm up
Placid
above
lightning.
dissipating. We'll roll again. 18 to hit you in giant snake form.
Yeah, baby.
You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 acid.
Ooh.
I take a toke every time Rusty says my name. I'm sorry that we're dealing with a swamp monster, okay? It's not my fault. I did plan this.
Toke, he said it again.
I said swamp, not swampy. There's a difference. Toke. The second one
wait a
still hits.
second.
Yes.
Whoop, up. Prolonged rest. Okay.
Micletus, what up, dude?
It's got to be this. I need to roll 7 from 53. I need to roll at least 6 damage off this with Stone's Endurance. Could it? Now, if that's a Goliath thing, can I use Stone's Endurance as a snake?
I will say, yeah, you maintain your racial traits as a
God love
snake.
you.
Fuck it, why not?
God love you.
I want to see
It
it go.
Snake
persists.
You are literally a Goliath-sized snake right now, so sure, fuck it. Let's allow it to translate for today.
Let's hope.
Rule of cool,
I need
everybody.
At least 6. I need at least 6. It's a 5.
Ooh.
Fuck off.
So you reduce the damage by 5? Is that how that worked? My
Damn.
bad?
Yep.
Damn.
And I needed to reduce it by 6 or more. Nope. I still pop. I lose 1 damage though, as
Okay.
as a large version of Vykarl, I
Yes.
imagine.
You
Still
would
big Vykarl.
return to Vykarl, but you are a size bigger still, as that spell is still actively being concentrated on you, I will say.
Oh no, not good.
You watch as...
Hello.
There we go. You watch as Vykarl rematerializes from the creature, kind of stepping out of the snake skin, as he has the absolute sense beat out of him, but you are now a large creature. And Vykarl comes back even bigger than ever, Dusty. You're kind of like looking up at your partner from the back as he eclipses the fucking sun in front of you.
Every part of him doubles in size.
Oh, yeah, baby. However,
Dusty.
that will be it for the shambling mound, as there's still a very large creature and a tiny dragon blocking his way. Though he will actually kind of shuffle 5 feet that way and kind of rotate.
It's
around.
collapsing the fucking tent.
He literally just rolling over the tent. It doesn't even stop him in the slightest. That will be his
I'd imagine
turn.
this thing weighs many hundreds of pounds. At
Oh
this
yeah,
point.
Vykarl, you're up. What do you want to do?
Alrighty, Vykarl's going to look around, and at the same time, you just hear like in a stereo, just the whole group go, "Not good," and I'm going to slap my hands together, and the snow is going to start swirling around me. But one swirl is going to start enveloping me, while the other one swirls up and up, and I'm going to conjure with my action a giant snake. Whoop.
Okay.
And so that's one huge giant snake I'll have, and then with my bonus action, I'm going to transform into
A giant snake again.
a gargantuan snake. Yeah. So
I might be able to just
Ouroboros,
bring you back.
go!
Yeah, there you go. There's your big snake back. We'll
Whoop.
put you out of the way over here.
Oh,
there we
bless you.
go.
merci.
Big snake, conjured snake.
There's a snake in my swamp thing.
You said her name. I have another token. All right, there we go. That's everyone in range. As more serpents just appear on this snowy battlefield, you're maintaining concentration, allowing Vykarl to turn back into a gargantuan-sized snake.
Incredible.
And once again do combat with this creature. Is that it for you?
Yeah, last thing I say as I'm transforming in snowy, fleshy form is just kaiju, and that's it.
Okay, at the end of your turn, the shambling mound, the thing in the springs, will use its legendary action to take a slam attack against you. Actually, he's gonna go for the snake behind him. As you conjure a new piece of living thing right beside him, he just slams down towards it. Does a 13 hit your huge snake friend?
It does.
Okay. Snake takes 18 points of bludgeoning and 2 acid damage. As one of the kind of arms just slams down on the creature, flattening a section of it into the snow, damaging it heavily. He kind of pulls back up. Was a legendary action, so he just has the 1. But Xechas, you are up.
Alrighty, I, seeing this, am going to move just down here. Just in case anything gets through. I want to block this gate.
Fair.
And I'm going to pull out the Wand of Magic Missiles and say, Fusroda! Just kidding.
Right, I was playing Skyrim.
Actually,
We
this
got
one
us
I
all
just
in the
kind of-
mood for it now. God damn
Yeah, I
it.
did. I'm a pusher.
Fucking
This one
Todd
I just
Howard
say-
got us again.
This one in Elvish, I just say Blast, and I do the Wingardium Leviosa flick.
Okay, yep.
And casting it at third
Swish
level.
and flick. And you cast your magic missiles. What's up, Stormy? Welcome in, homie. How are you?
So that is 3 plus 3. Or sorry, 5 total.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it rolled 1 dice of damage, but you're casting it at high level.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I'm assuming he takes more than 2 damage.
Did it just roll the dice?
It literally
no.
just rolled 1d4. That is it.
Okay, it only takes 12 points of force damage.
Okay, as you
4.
step out, you swish, and I mean, it's D4s. That's the 3 ones aren't great, but you know, shit happens. You fire, and you
And it
watch as
automatically hits.
all of these things twist through the air and just begin blowing chunks off this creature that hit the ground with kind of a squelchy smacking sound as they kind of sink into the snow, the heat dissipating almost immediately as it does. The cold does not seem to have a very positive effect on him. That was good. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. I can't just because casting using an item still counts as casting the spell.
Yes,
Can't
it
cast
does.
Another one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless you
no,
have a
that'll be
bonus
it.
action spell you can cast,
Oh,
in which case you'd be allowed to do that. Cantrip only, though.
Yeah, no, I don't have any bonus cantrips. I'll get. I'm gonna have Smith. Wait, what's the range on his thingy here?
Not sure.
30 feet.
30
I'm
feet.
gonna
Yeah, I was
have
gonna
him
say.
go up just another 10 feet to be 30 feet above the thing, just in case.
Fair enough.
And he's gonna blast down onto its head again.
Okay. Go ahead.
23.
That's
so net
gonna.
19.
That
Wow.
is gonna hit.
Cool. 4 force
Hell
damage.
yeah. Once again, Smith kind of flies up this time. We'll say he's already up that extra 10 feet from his last shot. He put so much into it, it kind of boosted him up. At the start of this turn, he once again fires this tiny beam of force towards the creature. This time it hits, and one of the mushrooms growing out of its head just blows right off and lands in the snow.
As he's about to shoot, I'll say, "Start to drop down before you shoot. It'll shoot you back up."
And he just kind of gets into this permanent, like, adjusting of 10-foot flying height. Love that. Anything else for your turn?
No, that will be all.
Okay. In between rounds, it is going to use another legendary action to attack Snake Carl. You take 14 points of bludgeoning and 3 acid damage as you are once again struck by this creature. I need a con save to see if your snake remains. Okay, still good, still good. You kind of feel, once again, the hit kind of go through. You recoil from the impact, but you maintain your concentration. You do not want this creature to be able to turn you back into Vycarl form, particularly before it gets a round of attacks. That being said, after that legendary action, Dusty, you are up.
All right, first things first, gotta roll a little d6 here. Nope. Okay.
No breath back, unfortunate.
No breath back.
Oh, thank you for the streak.
So with that, he's going to just have Violet stay there. He's gonna bring his claw up as he's holding his rifle and just hunch and cast Hunter's Mark on it.
As you do. Feel that kind
I'm
of
just gonna take my shots.
take hold within. Go right ahead.
Don't fuck me
Little
now.
D6
dice,
is what I
please.
call my penis. Love it.
Oh,
13 is one below what you needed to hit him at his expanded size. You hear the gun go off, but you see no corresponding impact happen on the creature, and you figure you must have missed by fractions of an inch, but you missed nonetheless.
As he's reloading, getting the second shot, he doesn't hear the squelch, and he goes, "Fucking, what was I saying about broadside of a barn?"
Creature's just at this point has like one snake on one arm, is currently smacking Vycarl, just like go ahead, take your second shot.
Just fired second one.
He's moving a lot. It's hard. Oh.
Oh, there's 2d
Okay.
46 extra on.
Roll everything, and we're just gonna multiply whatever you roll.
6 is low, but
6 is low, but it goes up to a 12. Are you infusing your strike as well?
oh my god. Okay. That's unfucking real. That's fucking
That's the infusion damage is 2.
Total on that.
I mean 6.
No, that was both. That was a 1 for
Oh.
the Hunter's Mark, 1 for the infusion. So that's just 4 extra damage.
So
That's 12 plus 4.
with your total damage being 16, you fire
Did less
again.
damage than the entire last
You
shot.
literally did, yeah. Fucking crazy. You fire. You see this time the creature kind of is jarred ever so slightly by the impact when the musket ball goes in, and then there's that resounding purple flash that kind of blows a chunk off of its shoulder. It kind of keels over to the side and has to right itself a little bit. Not the damage you were hoping for, but it was a pretty clean strike. And I will say, roll me an insight check with advantage. Or we'll say perception, my bad. Not insight, perception.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
I think they're the same roll.
Okay, so we'll take
19.
the 19. Perfect. As your shot goes through, you see the purple flash kind of open up another cavity in the torso, or whatever you would consider a torso for this creature. And inside, you see this kind of core, for lack of a better term, that has this kind of bluish energy surrounding it and this little crackle of lightning coming off of it. And you figure you just got a glimpse of whatever stem has been infused with energy to make this creature even exist. And I will say, with your previous checks on this creature, you do know that that needs to be destroyed to vanquish this creature entirely. Something to think about.
As he lets the shot ring out, he noticed that he say, "The core! It's, we gotta break it. It's visible, kinda."
Okay. Anything else you want to do in your
Don't
turn?
get confused. Okay.
You can all see it too. As your
that-
attention's drawn to it, looking through the hole that was just made, you do see this kind of crackling, lightning-infused root stem.
That is, that's your turn.
Okay. At the start of its turn, it can't really move through that space. It's too big to do so, but it definitely picks up on a weaker target and is definitely not smart enough to understand that hitting you can get rid of it, with his intelligence being as it is. So he is going to make both slam attacks again. Whatever. His first slam, that's like 3 nat ones today. The first slam attack tears down what's rest of the tent, and the body's at this kind of awkward angle as it tries to strike out with its other hand for an 18. Does that hit your snake buddy? I believe it does. So he takes 15 points of damage, the total 4 of which is acid.
Whoop up.
Snake dude's still good. Whoever attacks him in melee next will have advantages. He's currently off balance from that natural one. He's kind of like half on the ground, almost prone, reaching out almost desperately to try to create some space so he can move. That being said, he's pretty much surrounded on all sides except away from where he needs to be. So he's just going to try to push through. That'll be it for his turn, though. He doesn't have the movement or the ability to do that. Vykarl, you're up. What do you want to do?
Righty-roo.
You're kind of like
Vykarl
arched up,
is-
ready to kind of strike on this creature and looking down on it for the first time since this fight started. What's up, Zach? Welcome in.
Hey, Zach, I love you. And I'm going to go ahead and bite down on the creature in tandem with my lovely buddy. We both are. Whoop up. Let's go ahead and bite.
Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. 18. And, with at event. Oh, because I'm flanking.
No,
Whoop
because
up.
he rolled a nat 1 and is half prone right now.
Oh,
He's
yes, of
off
course.
balance.
All right. 18 to hit that one there. That's good there.
Okay.
Whoop up. So it's 10 piercing damage plus, because I'm a big boy. Let's do this and then this. That's going to be plus, 3. So 13, I think. Whoop.
Okay.
13 piercing.
So
and
13
then-
total damage as you unleash your strike on that one. And then your companion also goes in
not
for the
so
bite
much.
as well. 1 below what you needed, unfortunately. You need a 14 to hit this creature in its enlarged
Whoop up.
state. All is good. We're fighting a giant swamp creature right now. It's pretty fun.
And then with my bonus action, you're just going to see the scales beneath the snake start to glow ever so slightly as I bonus action circle moon heal myself. That'll be me.
Fair enough. Easily done. After your turn, it will take a legendary action to try to attack your little snake again for 25, hitting a total of 18 damage, 4 of which is acid, as it's just desperately unleashing strikes, trying to open up a hole in this kind of wall of the serpentine wall you have created here. But still hanging in there. Xechas,
Yep,
you're up. You're
throw it.
watching these massive creatures, a gargantuan snake, and the swamp creature, and another slightly smaller snake, all just kind of coiled around each other in this strum of melee. It's quite disturbing to see. What are you doing? You're muted.
Can I use my reaction during my turn?
It depends what for, but mostly yes.
It's to have Smith cast a spell.
I don't see why not. Yeah, I
Because
would
it
say
says
if you
specific
do
on
it
his
in
sheet
your
that it's a
turn, you
reaction.
are then losing it for the rest of the turn order until your turn comes back around. But yes, you may use it.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold off on that then. I can do
Okay.
that at like during Dusty's turn or something like that.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I will what are we doing? Oh yeah, seeing it kind of start to slip, I'm gonna cast Grease underneath it.
Yes.
Has a -1 dex. It could fail this. Hey,
Right
it fails. It fails.
here. Fantastic. Whoop!
So as you cast
Yeah.
Grease, what does that look like? How do you cast your spell? How does that manifest?
So this one, there's a little thing that pops out from my arm, except it shoots a little ball that kind of goes and lands at its feet and goes underneath it.
Okay, as this thing of grease kind of erupts underneath it, as the creature is trying to stand, it's sliding all over the place, and it is fully prone right now. It is not currently able to get up. Fuck. It is a big creature, and it is already slimy, but you have now just slicked up the entire forest floor that was already icy to begin with. And he's just overall, like, water and oil are not mixing in this sense, the way you would...
Amazing.
Like, he's just all over the map. So that is a minute
Gosh, that
long.
makes me happy.
Okay, so he can just get up on his next turn, but it's difficult terrain for the duration, and he is prone until his next turn. Well done.
A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there. So if he gets up and ends his turn there, he must then also do it again.
Yep. And in difficult terrain, he has 10 feet of movement. He does not have enough range to get out of the spell on his first turn.
I can do it 3
Bright
more
side is he
times.
can stand up and attack before he falls on his ass again. Anything else you want to do on this turn, buddy?
Shenanigans.
I'm gonna have Smith fly down and basically be within like touching distance of Snake Coral.
Okay. Easily done.
And then
That's it for your turn. In between turns, he's going to use his other legendary action to make one more slam attack against the creature in front of him. I don't believe it's at disadvantage when you're attacking melee from prone, but it could be wrong. It's been a while. We don't have a lot of
I
prone
think
stuff
so.
happen.
I think it
Yep,
is.
does have disadvantage on attack rolls. That was good instinct to check. That was not what I wanted to hit. There we go. Yeah, so 17 hits your little snake friend, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage. That was also the shambling mound sheet that I literally didn't even need up. So 13 points of bludgeoning, and then it will be technically 3 extra points of acid from that as well. The creature just disappears. That'll be it for his legendary action. Dusty, what do you do?
All right,
use my
first and
reaction now?
foremost,
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna have Smith cast Healing Word on Bite Carl. Or Cure Wounds on Bite Carl.
Okay.
Hey.
Easily done. You get 6 points of healing. Okay? And Violet gets her breath back. As there's just a mound of decaying plant matter kind of just mounded in front of her. It's quite an easy target. Yeah, what do you want to do?
yeah. Well, first we're gonna order Violet to hit it again.
Of course we are, as you do. Go ahead, and that
She
is a
just
deck save
blowing
from
this
him
tent into bits.
at
strength save.
disadvantage. Strength
It is
save, okay. Not at disadvantage then. 22, so succeeds.
He still saved, but he takes half.
Oh,
21.
Oh! Okay. Shit. We round up, so 11.
21.
You see now, like, he's looking pretty rough. There's kind of random twigs and things kind of sticking out in places they weren't before, as you've just been blowing chunks off of him and breaking whatever plant matter makes up his interior structure. He is still alive, but I would say he's the equivalent of bloodied at this point. He's looking pretty rough.
I think Dusty's gonna run
Jesus.
over here, get right behind where Violet is.
And it is now, because I say so, canon that Violet's Force Breath sounds exactly the same as the explosive charge used by Boba Fett in the original, or in the prequel trilogy.
I will get a sound clip and put it in our sounds.
Please do.
And, yep.
Please do.
Every time I use
that
it,
is
I'm
the
just gonna
canon
play
sound.
the clip.
Watch us get binged by
There we
Disney
go.
for using their sound effects without permission.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck, the mouse is coming, man. Oh, boy, huh? Okay.
That would be kind of
Bend over,
huh?
huh?
We're coming, huh? All right.
All right, lining up behind Violet.
All right, you get in behind Violet as she's kind of holding the ground in front of you. The force blast goes off, and you level your musket as per usual.
Can I aim at the core?
Yes, that would be a called shot at disadvantage. But it doesn't matter because he is currently prone. So it would be disadvantage anyway.
All right, we're gonna hope for the best.
Mickey Ship, Red Dot. Oh no. A yuck.
16. Disadvantage.
Okay, 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage on that one.
It's gonna be 16 piercing, and I'm gonna have Violet strike again, and my hunter's mark. So 22.
Okay. I'm going to say it is considered vulnerable in that spot, and as you have hit it, you figure it will likely not be as visible at other times as the body of the creature shifts and moves, but you do manage to get enough of a glimpse to get that shot in. So we'll say he takes double damage from that, so that'll be 32 plus 12 for a total of 44. And you watch as there's this flash of lightning that emanates off of it. It is still intact, but the lightning that was kind of coalescing around it now is kind of doing so in a more wild and less predictable fashion. It has taken considerable amounts of damage. You hear the creature as it just reacts to the pain being shot right into its core. It seems to take notice of that, and you watch as it kind of turns whatever semblance of a head it has directly towards you and Violet.
I think Dusty's just gonna aim at the same exact spot he just shot, hoping that that's still at the core, and he's gonna try it again.
Roll me another attack at disadvantage. I'm going to say his AC is considered a 16 for this, as you're aiming at the core, and he kind of turned and blocks a little bit of your view with his body. Yeah, you hit. No problem. So I will say this. You did more than enough damage last turn to get him well within mortal range, so go ahead and describe to me, Dusty Sharpclaw, what it looks like as your final shot rings out and puts this creature to rest.
I think the sparks are flying around as he shoots it the first time. And then as he's reloading, getting the ball in chamber, he aims like instinctually right at the exact same position that he just had, almost like you would in training, pretty much. It's just repetition for him. And he's just like, all right, you fucking overgrown shrub. Get the fuck out of here. And he's going to let the bullet loose.
Okay.
And just strike it dead on where he thinks the lightning probably hit the point.
Yeah, you kind of like aim your gun, and as the body shifts, you kind of lose sight of where that core would be, but you trust your instincts, your accuracy, and your training, and you take in that breath right before you fire. You exhale and pull the trigger, and as you do so, you see the bullet... Perfect. The bullet tear through kind of an overlapping chunk of bark and hits on the inside, and for a second you think maybe you missed, and then you see this glowing kind of frantic blue flash come from within, and eventually the light just beams through the hole you just left in. You hear the sound of crackling thunder erupt, or of lightning erupt over this creature's body, the moisture in its very core kind of adding to the effect as this seed core is completely blown to pieces by Dusty, and what is left of the creature just collapses into a pile of sopping, wet, foul-smelling compost, for lack of a better term. And as you all kind of catch your breath after what was a pretty intense fight involving some pretty fucking massive creatures, there's kind of a calm quiet that falls, the hot springs still bubbling thickly beside you, kind of just the only sound you can hear in this moment. And that is where we will take our break for today. Good job, guys. Well done.
Enemy Dusty, baby!
That vortex warp or whatever was,
Dude, that was so good.
So cash money clutch. That was perfect.
Perfect.
So everybody, we're going to take our 10-minute break here as that fight comes to a dramatic and exciting close, and we will be back in 10 minutes after our break. Don't go nowhere except maybe to have a pee and hide from the ads, because we do need to run the ads to get Big Daddy Bezos off of our backs. Bezos demands his due, everybody. We'll see you in 10. Don't go nowhere. Love you. Welcome back in, everybody. I hope you're having a good one. I hope you enjoyed our little fight, because I know I did. I can take this massive pile off of there. He is gone, just a pile of mush on the ground. So, picking up where we left off, as the fight comes to an end, the creature having been vanquished. Oh, welcome in, Soph. Hope you're having a good one. The creature having been vanquished, the party, Saul's United Cogs and Claws, stands victorious in what is arguably their most impressive battle yet. I believe that was your first real legendary creature that had like full everything. Captain Belros, of course, had some, but he wasn't quite as dangerous to deal with. So y'all did great. That was really fun. I'm glad we got to do that. So as the fight comes to an end, you stand there. The snow was still lightly falling, the creature having been vanquished. What are we doing? What is the next steps for the party?
As this
Shifting back
happens, I'm
into
just
human
kind
form.
I need to refill my juice.
I just
Tell me
of
what
look
y'all
at
do.
everybody else. Well, that was incredibly well done. I didn't expect that to go that smoothly.
Yeah, that was good thinking, warping it out of there. Excellent work.
Is everybody all right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Outside of this fucking awful stench, smelling like
Ugh.
shit assaulting my nostrils, that's about it.
Yeah, we're gonna smell like this for a while, I think.
Well, good thing I can't smell.
Truth.
Bro. Whoop.
DM, how much of this creature is left? Like, the core specifically. I want to get some proof that we've, done our job.
There is roll me an investigation check, please.
Guidance myself.
Easily done. No guidance necessary. It wasn't a high check.
Anyways.
You kind of have to rummage through this like rotting mass of forest matter until eventually you do find this kind of root core in the center of the tree that kind of has almost not like an acorn, but like kind of the similar shape, this kind of bald root tangled all together that kind of spreads out throughout the creature. And you see Dusty's two musket balls just both lodged directly in it. You'd be able to pull that out, and that would probably be the closest thing you have to proof.
Okay, yeah, we'll take that out. This is an interesting thing. Does it seem like it could potentially store electrical energy?
I'm going to say not likely, based on the condition it is in. It has been completely destroyed.
Yeah.
You gather this is kind of a rare fluke of nature that occurs, but likely wouldn't be useful in future enchanting efforts.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll grab that, and I've taken out 2 uses of the 2 servings, party servings of the savagery meat, so I'll put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Easily done. Yeah, there's enough room for it. It's about the size, like, it's kind of, picture a cluster of roots balled to about the size of slightly larger than your average baseball.
Okay,
with 2 lead musket balls just lodged directly in it.
Well, this should do well as proof, as I put it in the bag.
I think
Gosh, that thing
so.
was rather huge, and especially after Vikral, you struck it with lightning. Goodness, it almost doubled in size.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
That was when shambling mounds happen to become a thing, it's usually because of a lightning strike. So I didn't really get to
Because that
tell you
does
that
make
part
sense.
in
It's
the
all right.
moment, unfortunately. But we handle it. It's all good.
It's all good as right. I mean, I
This
did
thing-
look pretty cool, right? That was all just improv in the moment. That was nothing but yes and.
How long does enlarge reduce last, by the way?
What, an hour? 10 minutes? 1 minute?
That was all improv.
As I
It
will just
lasts
say,
for a minute.
as you're having this conversation mid Carl's sentence, he begins shrinking down and his voice returns to its normal, still albeit deep pitch, but definitely less.
I
so
mean,
than it was
I'm not
before.
even really sure where.
There you go. You put his voice through.
I felt my
phasing
penis
effect.
shrink.
I mean, it did technically, but so did the rest of you.
No, but I really felt that part. That was weird.
Oh no! Not the shrinkage,
Well,
dude.
at
It ain't that
least,
cold now.
And then the
Well,
next one I
I'll-
felt was my lungs. That was that. Why was it penis then lungs?
I'm
Cool, though.
sure
Please
when
do that
we're,
again.
In privacy, I can make sure everything's all good again.
Yeah.
Like
least
Carl's
now I'm
normally
not,
gray
Well, I'm going
shade
to
turns.
start packing up the yurt. I turn around and just walk towards and into the yurt.
Okay, fair enough.
Smith follows after me.
He's gonna
Alright.
reach his hand up and put it on his cheek,
Penis.
and just like, at least now I can touch you again without having to climb you like a tree. Although, I will say,
I mean,
food for
you-
thought.
it's not something that crossed my mind. It's something that crossed my mind 100%. I'm gonna like kind of scoop you up a little bit. Anyway,
And we're sitting there just, God, we stink.
Yeah,
You hear inside the tent.
both Vikarl and Xechas dove into that water. That
Yeah.
smell is in your clothes. You like, as you're kind of after the fight, you're going through your pockets. You kind of have to like splash the swamp water out of your chest coat pocket where Smith usually hangs out, Xechas. But by the end of
I
everything,
mean,
you
I
all,
sucked it into my essence.
yeah, you are
I
all
was-
thoroughly, quite stinky, thoroughly coated in swamp goo.
As we
After
pass
noticing that,
Violet, he's gonna lean down. You did great, little one.
You're like, thanks. Feels real weird when I do that. Not bad, just real weird.
I just gotta adjust, you know. Just blast us into the fucking
Blah!
It feels weird when I do that.
Fucking like a Dragon Ball Z
no.
character. Just...
I just literally blasted into nothing. You look, and
Oh.
Dusty's boots are standing there with 2 sticks sticking out of them and nothing else.
It's like Team Suck is blasting off again.
just
Bing. Yeah, no, I think I can do some pretty cool stuff now.
I mean, I'd say so. You're doing a great job.
You too. And I
I
guess curiosity didn't kill the cat. You're still here.
Well, yeah. Although, to be fair, I wasn't exactly curious about this thing.
Fair.
Saw it once, really didn't want to get close.
So you guys, well, not so much you, but everything else around here kind of stinks. Do you think I could, like,
Yep. He's already grabbing the necklace.
grab the medallion.
Shelter.
Thank you. As she disappears into the the little gem on your necklace there, and returns to the realm of Theron Ethil, or at least the demi-plane where a portion of his soul is contained.
As that happens, I kind of poke my head out of the tent, noticing not the smell, but that I'm dirty as fuck, and I don't like that.
You're very swampy.
But Coral, do you suppose that you could, perhaps on all of us get rid of the stinky water? I know perhaps not the smell, but at least the water could be gone.
Oh, that I know how to do in a less of a destroying my essence way. Let's give it a shot, and I clap right in between all of us, kind of, and it's just like nice a shockwave.
Okay.
Just kind of like ripples through us as I get rid of 10 liters of water, I believe it is.
It's something like that.
I feel like I'm not soaked with that much water.
No, definitely not.
10
That's
gallons.
enough for all of you. Anyone who went in the water. You guys did rest after that swim, so like at this point you're more just soggy than anything else. Though fun fact, as the water is immediately just dissipated from your persons, the kind of decaying plant matter that was mixed in with it remains and kind of forms this like dry crust over your clothes and skin and anything it's still on. The smell is there, but not as pungent, though you gather any bathwater you touch after this will likely have to be changed before someone else can use it. Which is not really
when I walk.
Not really the custom. Thank you for the advantage.
I'm gonna go over to like
Soph.
the non-destroyed tent and just kind of like stand with my feet on the corner of it, just so that my feet aren't in the snow, and shake out all of my clothing real good.
Fair. Smell's still there. You probably have to do a good wash, but you're not all crusty anymore.
Yeah, I want to get all that shit off, especially my coat. I take like 10 minutes on my coat.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll say the yurt, roll me a survival check to take it down. It's not something you've ever set up or seen set up before, and there's a bit of a process to it, so as you said, you're the one doing it, Xechas. I'll need that check from you.
I will guidance myself.
Sure.
Right.
Oh, I probably don't need it.
Yeah, because there's like a full structure within the canvas itself. Yeah, you're good.
Smith to help.
Yeah, so with Smith's help, you're able to do it. It takes you probably a good 30 minutes or so to do. You gather it likely takes hours to set up by yourself, but tearing it down, kind of starting from the top, is an easy enough thing. And you are able to store most of it inside your bag of holding. The only thing that wouldn't be is like the floor that was kind of installed here for the yurt to be set up around. You gather it's not actually a part of like what would have come with the tent when they originally set it up, and it's more of like a foundation that was put here just for the comfort of whoever was in the tent. Exactly. It is a yurt-sized foundation. Just made of wood. It is transportable, but it probably won't all fit in your bag.
I note that it's a fantastic idea, and in my head I'm already planning ideas for making a much more portable version of it out of better materials.
Love that. Easily done.
Mm-hmm.
You begin working
and
on
maybe
those
even heated
mental plans and begin putting all that together. You get the yurt taken down, put into the bag of holding. It is once again like at capacity with that in there and all of the everything else you have now. You'll probably have to do some heavy rearranging, but even rolled up with all the wood slats rolled into the fabric itself, it's about 3 feet long when rolled up and a good 1.5 feet thick in a coil. It is substantial.
I also have 100 pounds of aurochs meat that we're going to sell. So.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of room after that. The campsite being torn down, it's still... At this point, you guys kind of just woke up and got started, so like it's not even midday yet. The sun is still kind of low in the sky. There's still a bit of that morning chill lingering on the air.
All right. What say you guys to traveling a little today? Probably start heading back to town. Sell some of the things that we've gotten throughout here.
Not a terrible
Sounds
idea.
good to me.
Go take a bath.
Yeah. I think that'd be the first thing on the list.
Sounds quite lovely. Would we want to have a little fire so that I can fill our heat packs before we hit the road? Probably only take 20-30 minutes.
Love.
Get enough
Oh,
coals hot.
30 minutes sounds great. I pop a squat and just.
As you feel that tickle in the back of your throat yet again, you kind of have to let out a little
Pneumonia?
cough. Yeah, he's still infected.
All right.
I love
and
you,
I'm
babe.
gonna
Thank
just
you.
get to building a small fire, with the wood frame of the destroyed tent.
Easily done. Yeah, there's like multiple
Okay.
tents here. None of them are in great shape at this point. You start a small fire.
I'll use the one that the shambling mound stepped on.
Fair. You can use, we'll say, get all the benefits of your short rest. Spend whatever hit dice you want to spend during this time. And as the fire kind of begins to die down around the 45-minute, 1 hour mark, I'd say you guys are probably ready to travel.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll fill the heat packs with coals. I only have one more use left now.
Okay. Fair enough. You're all packed up and ready to go and kind of take stock of the area that you just fought for, and you can see why someone would probably want to turn somewhere like this into an investment property, though it is not lost on you that you all did more or less just evict a semi-sentient creature from its home for the
Oops.
benefit of a large corporation.
A shit ton of money.
And a shit ton of, what was it, $11.50 was the final
Yeah.
agreed upon cost?
Listen,
And
Got
the earth.
house
the
payments.
creature offered us death. The other people offered us a
a
lot,
lot
of
of money.
So-
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You make your way down the path with the Velmus River on your right-hand side, kind of following it all the way to the coast. We'll say just a quick survival check just to follow the trail back and make sure you don't go off course, but very low DC.
Avec la guidance.
And provided you beat a 10, there you go. We're just going to truncate the travel as you guys, it'll be about a day and a half, but you have already come up this road and cleared out many of the hazards along the way. So unless you feel like stopping to hunt, you can more or less, I'll say in the next day and a half, just kind of beeline it and eventually get back to the lumber camp fairly easily. You do find it bustling. You do remember, of course, that, what's his name? Merrill Goldwyn, the individual who hired you on behalf of the Milton Group, said he'd be running to town and then coming back to remain here. And he seems to have kept true to his word as you approach the lumber camp. You see kind of a bustling of guards and soldiers all making their way around. You do see piles of supplies, more so than were here when you left 2 days ago, or about a day and a half ago. 2 days. To start your journey, it looks like they did grab a rather large haul from Fort Missmere, and you can see them loading it onto these kind of 2-track sleds, not quite a sleigh size, but bigger than your average wagon. Definitely a supply sled meant to move in the snow. It's just on 2 kind of rails, almost like a toboggan, but big.
Mongolian open sleigh.
Basically. They're just loading piles onto that, and as you kind of approach through the woods, not doing anything to disguise your arrival, some of the guards turn and just grab whatever weapon they happen to have near them. One guy just has a pitchfork that he was kind of getting ready to load up. Who goes there?
Well,
Hello.
took care of your swamp problem.
He kind of, you recognize him from the last time you were here. He kind of calms. He's, sorry, he just, usually when things come out of the forest, they're doing it to kill you. Welcome
Fair.
back.
The truth.
Compliment asses for now. That is bigger than your average wagon. Let's go. Love.
Dump truck.
Head right inside. He's getting a little anxious. He was expecting you yesterday.
Yeah, no, that turned out to be a bit more than we had originally thought.
All we have to do is decide, or all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. For Dusty from Calfcrow, you have a DM's inspiration. He's like, to be honest with you, I had my doubts you'd make it back, but he's waiting for you inside.
All right.
Make your way to the familiar yurt that you also dealt in. As you enter, you do see this as well has had like a subfloor installed for this large circular tent to be built around, kind of elevating it off the cold earth. And you see the kind of mousy figure in his 3-piece suit with a fancy coat with a fur lining hanging on a coat rack next to him as he's kind of leaned over the same table you found him at last time, kind of going through what looks like ledgers. He looks up, he's coming, he says, "Ah, we were starting to worry you weren't going to make it." He kind of rubs his arms to stave off the cold a little bit. There is a small fire burning in a wood stove that's kind of set up in the middle of the yurt, but it is providing the bare minimum warmth. We were hoping to head back and get everything set up. Is it done?
You better believe it's done, darling.
And
I'll
you
pull
have
the core out of my bag.
May I?
Of course. I don't know to.
He takes it. I don't suppose one of you can explain what it is I'm looking at.
Well,
Hey.
actually, I can quite explain that. So there's a weird little part of nature where lightning might strike root or something. Have you ever heard of a shambling mound?
I can't say I have, but if that was the creature you just fought, it is an apt description.
Yeah, so basically plant matter comes to life, kind of just instinctually lives, kind of feeding on anything that it can get its hands on. That was what was in the swamp, probably because it needed the warmth from the springs, if I had to guess.
Oh. Do you mind if I keep it and send it to my, the higher-ups to just ensure them that the job has been... As he turns it over, he sees the 2 musket balls, he's like, "Oh!"
Bullseye.
He looks at you and... Suppose that was your handiwork. Nice shot.
Appreciate it. I mean, it was quite the sizable monstrosity, so I'm glad we could get it cleared up for you, because something tells me if we didn't, there was a lot less fortunes to be made there.
Well, speaking of fortunes, and he reaches under the desk and produces a small, very simple wooden chest, bearing... It's not, when I say simple, it's not like in poor shape. It is immaculately made, but it is literally just a small chest with kind of iron bands containing everything. They saw fit to include a small bonus if you were to survive. So there is the original agreed upon sum of 1,150 gold and an additional 50 just to top it off and make it a nice even number for the ledgers. The Milton Group thanks you for your assistance in this endeavor, and you'll find inside there are in fact 3 passes, or more or less an IOU in the form of a pass, for when the spa opens hopefully next year, provided there are no more swampy incidents.
Yes, I would recommend thorough fumigation. It's rather
It was
smelling.
It was quite potent when we left. Yes, I can only imagine it's got worse from there. I'm hoping with time the pools will clear. Otherwise, that's a different problem altogether. But I'm sure there's someone on this, looks around, godforsaken rock of an island that can purify water in a pinch. In the meantime, the Milton Group would like to 27 swamp. I've said swamp at least 27 times this session by my recollection. It's well, feel free to come and enjoy it when you get the chance.
It does end up being a problem. I do actually possess that talent, so
Oh,
my services would be offered in that case if needed.
I'm guessing
That
for
seems down the road.
an additional fee. Let's give it a couple weeks, and perhaps, if all goes well, the pools will clear themselves. Otherwise, I will be sure to reach out. Do you have a headquarters, perhaps, somewhere you can be easily reached, or should I just leave a a message with the innkeeper.
Oh, no, and I'll pull out my notebook and I'll just write our address and tear out a page and give it to him.
Whatever semblance of your address you have, there isn't quite that. You more or less give like instructions to the large estate over the cliffs about an hour north
Turn
of town.
right at the tree.
Yeah, I draw.
Quite literally, it's like cross the stone bridge over the small creek, follow the road as it goes
through the
Chagrin.
woods.
You gave
Much
him
to Dusty's map-making
landmark
profession
directions.
chagrin.
You gave him
Yep.
the Google Maps fucking like text printout, not even the map, just like the actual
MapQuest.
directions. MapQuest, yes. And as the chest is towards you, he quickly grabs the cover, which does have a latch. It is currently unlocked, and he just opens it and reveals 3. They look like pieces of parchment with the seal of the Milton group on them. You gather those are your 3. Not passes yet, but in more or less a placeholder for them until the place is established. And then underneath it, you see what would it be, 120 pieces of platinum neatly stacked into piles of 10, completely filling the chest. And then the 4 center rows have an extra 5 on each of them to make up the final 20. And you just see this sparkling. There's not even a gold coin in there. They paid you in pure platinum.
I'm gonna take out my fishing tackle and in the bag of holding, just empty all the shit out. Just kind of like turned it upside down.
You just dump all the money into it.
Carl's just watching that happen like a dog watching a meal be prepared.
I look at you and I just kind of nod.
All the coins
Pretty much equally
fall.
transfixed.
All the coins are
Oh
just
no, I'm picking
tumbling.
them up nicely in the stacks of 10
stacking,
and putting
okay.
them in there.
All right. You can add
Artistically.
120 gold or 120 platinum to your party inventory. You can split it up however you see fit. That would come to 40 platinum apiece, I believe. My math is correct.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in there for safe.
But yeah.
I'll put the passes in there as well.
You do know you owe a rather substantial sum to the Brotherhood of Masons for the renovations on your headquarters currently, and this will likely put a fairly large dent in that. You get the rest of the money put away. He looks at you and says, the chest is yours if you would like it as well. It's kind
Is
of
it
all
nice?
included. It's simple, but it's hardy. Looks like it would be pretty hard to break. Like it is a
Well,
small reinforced chest.
I did that because I didn't think it would fit in the bag of holding.
It wouldn't with what you currently have all in there,
Sick.
but if you wanted a small
Sure.
chest,
I
it's
just
worth
go and take it, and I'm just holding it above my head.
Fair enough.
Perhaps you could balance it on your head the whole way back.
That'd be fun. I was thinking of just hucking it into the woods.
Well, if you're going to do that, I'll take
No, I do
I'll
think
take
we-
it back.
Don't touch it!
That's okay. We'll keep it.
Okay, fair enough. Defensive. Wow, a little on edge. With that being said, we need to finish packing up the camp and begin a journey. Oh, we happened to notice that the other guards I had mentioned on the road did not arrive at the scheduled time to be relieved.
Very dead.
By
Right.
what? How?
Uh,
They
well,
were
we got
they
the
were
head
so far
still,
from
or-
the swamp.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the Savager head. This thing did it.
Oh,
It's just dripping blood.
yeah. He's not on the fine
I put it back in.
Oh. There's just blood on this like carpet he has laid down around the desk to kind of provide his feet with a little extra warmth. That was an antique, but it's fine. We can surely afford to replace it eventually.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, this was an antique?
All right, Pink Panther. Fucking
was a priceless Steinway.
Not anymore. Yeah, fucking Inspector Clouseau is on the case, boys. Oh my god, that explains why your investigation
be
checks are
incredible,
always so good. I would love that D&D character. He'd be a better Fallout character though, because you could just max out the luck stat. That's it.
Yeah, sure.
That's all he got.
You can
Amazing.
get lucky.
So as you guys put your pay away, Carl, you hold this small chest that you know at least can fit 120 coins easily, probably a few more if you squeeze them in the rest of the rows in your possession. He kind of not quite hurries you out, but he's definitely seems to be in a bit of a hurry himself, but is kind of maintaining this illusion of calm. But you can see he's like anxiously starting to pack things up and try to prepare for leaving. Is there anything else you would like to discuss with Meryl Goldwyn before you make your leave?
No,
I'm happy
I'm
little
good.
zombie.
Okay. And what is the goal? What is the party doing as they leave? Just back to Fort Mistmere? Are we going to the inn? What's the plan? Yes.
As we're leaving the tent, just kind of heading out to go talk amongst ourselves, I imagine. Dusty just kind of like, pleasure doing business with you. Watch out for ghosts.
What did you say? As you leave the tent, he's like, what do you mean ghosts? And that's the last
It's
thing you
just
hear.
a figure of speech.
As the party leaves the tent with Kafkrow's weather check of a 27, the snow is just like very lightly, the kind of like individual flakes almost, not even really snowing, just the occasional snowflake falling from the sky, just one by one, lightly drifting on the wind.
Goodness.
It is still cold outside. It is the middle of winter, kind of coming into the last half now, which is usually ends up being
Mary Chrysler.
the colder weeks currently, and you make your way out of the tent with Milton or Meryl in the background, still kind of frantically asking about the ghosts as you just make your way out. You continue along the path. You know, it's about a half day to Fort Mistmere from here. It is a very well-trod path, especially now that they've brought the 2 wagons full of gear and all the footprints and everything that have made the way up here. It is a very well-walked trail at this point. So you managed to get back to Fort Mistmere just as the sun is kind of beginning to go down around supper time. Yes, Xechas.
I'm gonna have Smith practice acrobatics, flying acrobatics on the way back.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics check for Smith.
Okay.
Just as a simple little thingy.
Can I guidance him because I don't want him to crash into a tree and
Yes,
explode?
I will accept.
Ah!
I will accept the guidance.
Dex. Come on, roll a 4. Okay, we roll a 4.
Okay.
What's up, Tiff? Welcome in. So as Smith kind of leaves your now swamp-scented pocket, just flies up into the sky with his little jet boots, kind of propelling him as he does so. He starts looping around branches and in between the Ys and the trees and the gaps in the branches, and he seems to be doing pretty good. So you, Xechas, being a good teacher, shout a little encouragement, and Smith kind of looks down at you as you're speaking and just loses his concentration enough to fly into a thicket of leaves, kind of at the base of a tree he was trying to swoop under. He just kind of catches it. Doesn't take any damage because you did succeed with a 10, but kind of just careens into a bush and then pops out the other side, kind of holding himself out. Picks a leaf out of one of the
All right.
spaces in his
Good try.
plating.
Zehas is chuckling. That's all right. Good try. We can try that again. Perhaps not when there's so many trees around.
A little sadder sounding gear sounds than normal emit from your little
Entertaining
robot friend.
nonetheless.
He flies back
Come
over
on
to your
up.
pocket,
Yeah.
kind of sits himself in, looks up at you.
Hilarious. You tried it.
He did good. He technically succeeded. It was just his landing needs a little work. But for the most part, he gets there. As this kind of training regimen finishes, you see the wooden palisade, the walls of Fort Mistmere kind of breaking through the evening fog here. And you eventually make your way to the gate, which is closed. You have to kind of knock on the small single-person like sally port that's built in the door for use during the late evening or the late hours of the day. A guard immediately opens it, recognizes your group. Back looking for more work, eh?
Always.
Steps aside.
Mostly a bath.
He definitely catches a whiff of you guys as you walk past. I would just run right into the ocean if I were you. Oh.
Much too cold for my taste.
Not a bad idea, though.
Well, you'll be hard-pressed to find a warm bathhouse around here as you go up to the governor's estate. But may be worth asking. In the meantime, enjoy your stay. And he closes the sally port behind you as you make your way through. Where is the group heading? You have all your gear to sell. It is after supper time by the time you arrive.
Things closed, or is it still like evening market time?
You gather, like, Emmy will
we
probably stay
fucking
open
reek.
a little bit. You stink like shit. Like, there is no
Yeah.
polite way to put it. You guys smell fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, warm or cold, it doesn't really matter. We need to wash up.
Yeah, I think that should happen probably first.
DM, I forget. There was a place to do that at the end, wasn't there?
There was, like, a large bowl in which that warm water was poured into, and you could wash your face and maybe give yourself a light rub down with a cloth. It is by no
Zales
means
is
a
just-
bath, and there is no bathhouse present in this entire city currently.
Zales is just picturing what their bathhouse is gonna look like. Oh goodness, I can't wait for that.
Maybe, thought. I don't. As I've explained, I don't really know how a whole lot of the magic works or anything like that. But thought, what if we get a big enough tub or some kind of bucket, barrel maybe,
Sure.
and you do the opposite of what you normally do, and you just put water in the bucket yourself.
And we could probably. Do you think you could heat that up, Xechas? And
I don't really think I have any direct magic that could do that, but I mean,
Say as a general rule, conjured water always comes in at room temperature. It is neither hot nor cold. It is just
Don't hate
smack
that.
dab in the middle.
Mhm.
You gather the longer
But it
it's
keeps
out
us
in
underneath
the
it, but-
cold, it'll likely, be a bit of an issue. You do know there are horse troughs at the bar that would likely suffice for that kind of thing. Other than that, you need to find your own barrel or other water containment device.
sure.
I'm gonna be honest, as a DM, I've never had a roll for bath check. You do know the Emperor's house is equipped with a fairly substantial bathhouse, just mainly for his use, but it is a governor's mansion. You gather if there's going to be an actual bath anywhere, that will likely be the place, until at least your own is finished in 3 weeks. It's up to you. Why are you guys struggling so much with this decision compared
we
to
just go
every
talk
other
to-
one?
No, we don't. Because certain options are off the table. We can't go talk to Emmy because we fucking reek. We could just have her build us something, but we reek. We don't want to go bother her because we reek.
I say what I'm gonna try.
The governor
We're
you
gonna go
know is
find
also
ourselves a
dead.
barrel. True. We're gonna go find ourselves a barrel. I'm gonna try and make some water in the barrel. Before it gets too cold, I wash the hell out of myself, and then I jump out and get rid of all the water on me before I freeze to death. It's a little
Alright.
magic extensive, but I think it could work.
All right, so here's an idea. What if we go to the tavern, right? We see if he has any supply barrels that are empty in the back or that he can move something to.
Got it?
Pay him for the barrel. Take it up to the room that we will have that will be warm-ish. And just bathe in there.
I don't hate that either. I love it. Let's give that a shot.
And if he doesn't have a barrel, just ask him if we can use one of the horse troughs. We'll have to clean it.
Sure.
That might be a problem. It's a good idea. Sure, let's go.
Okay. You make your way in or towards the town square when you eventually head into the Rotten Timber Tavern. I just need to pull up the sheet for it here. Probably should have done that on break, but that's okay.
Dusty, just so that all of us aren't sticking up the place, do you want to go in first and just make sure this is all right?
Yeah, I can go talk to him. I am
Okay.
the cleanest.
You're the only one who didn't dive into the water or take a melee attack from this creature. If anything, you probably smell okay. Like you were in kind of the essence of it and the steam and the mist, so it probably seeped into the clothing a bit, but you definitely don't have the same like perpetually moist smell going on about you. You make
Got
your
some
way.
little, like, weird swampy mold on my fur. in
Kind
some
of,
spots.
yeah. Like it's not pleasant, but it's not as bad. You head over to the Rotten Timber Tavern and kind of open the two swinging doors in the front, and you find it busy, but not unreasonably so. Like there's still open seats by the fire. There's a couple open tables. It seems like wintertime. They generally don't get quite as much business as the farmers and everything tend to keep to their own farms and sheltered in the warmth of their own home as opposed to traveling to town for a drink and some food. But as you walk in, Urson Korlev, the individual who you have now released from captivity on the condition that he works for you in exchange for a nominal fee. He kind of looks up as you enter. Oh, hadn't expected to see you lot in a while. Welcome in. And he kind of catches a scent on the breeze. I'm gonna need an explanation for the smell before I wish you a very swiftly welcome out as well.
Well,
That's part
that's-
of why we're here.
Yeah, we're stopping
Well,
by.
just-
We need a room to stay in. We would also like. Do you have a mostly empty barrel in the back we could perhaps get off your hands?
Unless you feel like bathing in whiskey, not really. But there is a spare horse trough in the stable. I think it's empty right now. I haven't had a chance to fill it yet.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna get cleaned up. Do you think we could drag it up to the room?
He looks
Make a
over
fire
at
in the
you,
horse stable?
kind of like sizes up your size. He's like, you? Maybe not. He looks over to Vikarl outside the door, kind of like leaning in the door frame as he speaks. He could probably handle it.
It'll be unpleasant for a little bit in here.
Tell you what. There's no windows in the room, so airing it out might be a little bit difficult. So tell you what. Drag it into the storehouse, in the back of the kitchen, and do it there. At least there's a window you can open.
Perfect.
That we can work with.
We'll do our best to air everything out. Make sure your bar's not too overwhelmed.
Appreciate it. And he kind of ruffles his nose a little bit again. It's not on the map here, but there is a small kind of like supply closet at the back of the bar it's kind of buried beneath a staircase there, and there's like just a small attic like roof window that's barely a foot by a foot, but it's enough, and you guys kind of, I'll say easily enough together with all of you doing it, managed to lug this, for lack of a better term, a horse trough down the small rickety stairs and into this basement. You kind of crack the window initially just to start airing it out early. And then, Vikarl, you are able to conjure and destroy water as needed to make this happen. The water is not unpleasantly it's kind of like swimming in like a pool that's been out in the heat of summer all summer. It's not unpleasant.
I can make I got 3 bops of 10 gallons, so like the first few are just like right from my hands. They're kind of just like falling a little bit like showery. Just go, psh, and I'm just like, okay, all right, sure. Kind of getting a hang of it. I was just getting rid of it before, and then the last 2, 10 additional gallons. So the last 2 are like, psh, okay, just
A little extra. A little more than planned. Fair enough. Easily done. You conjure water, I'll say for the sake of brevity. you are all able to take yourselves a bath, get the smell and stink of the swamp off of you, and wash all your clothes in the process. I would say if you're going to wash your clothes, likely do it after Vite-Carl before the rest of you get the water too swampy. Or after Dusty, I'd say, because Dusty was the least stinky. But by the end, you're all relatively fresh. There's kind of that like ever just faint lingering scent on the air, but it's definitely not as it was before. Smith gets a full washing, and collectively you all get cleaned up. As you kind of finish up, you destroy the last of the water, bring the horse trough upstairs after giving it a bit of a rinse out, return it to the stables, and as you all make your way back into the tavern proper, the main area of the tavern here, where once it was kind of quiet and calmed down, you notice some of the people who work on the docks have kind of come in the time you're having your baths in the basement, and it's a little more bustling here. But the thing that stands out to you most is the kind of older looking gentleman, burly, definitely appears to be a farmer of some kind, not poorly fed. He looks kind of husky. If anything, he probably eats more than he should for a farmer in a fairly unforgiving landscape. But he's got this kind of long, matted blonde and gray hair that is kind of just eventually turning a shade of white as he's doing so. And he's just leaning on the tavern, speaking to Urson, not in a like aggressive, close way, just very earnestly, very closely leaning forward. Please, sir, you've got to help me. I haven't seen my daughter in 2 weeks. She's been gone this whole time. No one around here will help. Surely you know somebody. Urson kind of looks up. You all come in. Actually, I just might. He kind of looks over to you, and the man follows his gaze as you do so, and as the man turns toward you, says, Please, sirs, you have to help me. No one's been able to do a thing, and he grabs a piece of paper from the bar top. My daughter, she's missing, and he holds up the paper. And you see a very, very familiar face, roughly sketched on this paper, that of a small girl with, there's no color, so it's impossible to tell the hair color, but with hair that falls in a shockingly similar way to the young blonde girl who seemingly haunted your footsteps on the entirety of your journey. And as you take a moment to look upon the rough etching on that paper there and realize that that little girl you have been seeing was in fact one of the children who was recently taken. And that is where we will end the session for today.
Oh my god!
So even more pale than I already am.
Yeah, you would definitely hear a little like out of my Carl.
He would react to that immediately as soon as you like viscerally react to the image, but we will come back to that when next we play.
Oh no! Oh no!
The party is officially progressing into the starting phases of Act 2 of our campaign.
Oh no.
So, with all that being said, thank you everyone for joining us. We will be leveling up today, so everyone can take their 7th level in whatever class they so please.
Here we go.
And we will come back to this adventure at level 7. A little reminder to everyone, we will be off next week. No D&D. Chris is out of town. Ryan might be out of town. I will be streaming with either just JTB and I, or Ryan here too if he happens to be back in time. Otherwise, we will be off for that time. We are also off on January 5th, but just off this campaign, as that will be our official holiday game this year. Oh, Stuart! Oh, Bowie, give him a little belly rub. Just a little belly, just a little tickle. What a precious little angel. And he's out. He's just out. That is an unconscious kid. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay.
I was asleep, Father.
We will be having our holiday game on the 5th, so be sure to catch that. We will not be saving Christmas this year. We'll be trying to ruin it. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. Other than that, keep an eye out for any further announcements, and our next full campaign game will be the 12th of January. So we got a 2-week gap in between now and when we pick up next. So in the meantime, y'all, I love you. I'm going to pass the floor over to the lovely homies below me here, starting with Ryan. Tell the people what you got going on coming up at the Purple House.
Babies, it's gonna be as wacky and wild as everywhere else should be during the holidays. A little bit of crazy never hurt nobody, so expect me randomly. Expect me in random discords. You're just gonna see me all sorts of places, and I will have no idea when or where, but keep an eye out. It'll happen. Don't worry. Happy Christmas. Happy Chrysler.
Happy
Hey.
Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
JTB, what do you got to say to the good people here at the Apothecary?
Just keep your eye out on the music channels in both the Apothecary and the Purple House. Don't be bad people and have a good fucking time. Just like,
There you go.
have fun. Don't take
Straight-
shit too serious.
Straight from the man. I was going to raid out to Schism, but he is now raiding out to somebody else. So that will not be what we're doing, as that raid is leaving the station. Currently, everyone go show some love to JTB in the music channels. And last up, Chris, what fine quotes do you have for us today, my friend?
So the funnest animal fact is that
Yes.
the animal with the largest penis to body ratio is the barnacle, whose penis can be up to 8 times its body length. Uses that because it's stationary. It needs to find things. It's kind of
It needs to seek things out with its dong. I respect it.
like mates.
Dong
That's
vision.
fair enough. Let's go.
If you
Shout
see a
out.
barnacle with a thing coming out of it, that's its cock.
That's its cack. All right, good to know, everybody. There's your fun
Barnacles.
animal fact for today. We're gonna raid out to Professor Stock. She is playing some Stardew Valley, though it looks like she's just away from the keyboard for a moment, but it's okay. We're gonna surprise come in and say hello. Be sure to wish them all happy hello from us over here. If you haven't already, swing into the Discord, hang out. We watch movies, we do stuff. Check out the YouTube. The session will be uploaded the Friday after we do it on stream. And last but not least, if you want to catch up on any of the lore surrounding our campaign, you can do it right there at the Scabbard link in chat, and I add everything to it as the players discover it, so you kind of get to see it as they do. In the meantime, y'all, if you got the raid emotes, feel free to drop the first one's over there. For some reason, the second command ain't working. I don't know why. I got rid of the in-goose. That makes sense. In the meantime, y'all, be good to each other. I have been Rusty. These have been my friends, and you all have been awesome, as always. See you next time.